my name is Thomas. I'm a co-founder of Vake, and our vision is to find any ship on Earth from space, and we want to do this in real time. Why on earth would you want to do that, you may ask? We already have this ship tracking system called the AIS. Well, the problem with the AIS is that it's more than 30 years old. It was created as an anti-collision system, and it's very easy to scramble the signals or even just flip the switch off. So whether you're smuggling oil out of Iran or into North Korea, you can just flip the switch. And the same goes for basically any illicit or shady activity that you want to perform at sea. So we want to use multispectral satellite images to control and do verification of the AIS. As you can see, they contain more than just the visible light, so you get almost something that looks like a fingerprint for these ships. So we apply machine learning to these images to do the verification of all the known positions, but this also means that we can find out when someone is scrambling signals, or even if you're turning it off. I'm sorry for the color mix-up here. There's one problem though. We're using the current space infrastructure, and that's from the European Space Agency, and the way it works is that a satellite needs to capture the image of an area. It needs to fly over a base station to download the image before it's centralized in Rome, and then we can access the image in Oslo and do the analysis that we do. So it's a response time of up to an hour or even a day before we have the results. So what we want to do is put our algorithm on board a satellite. And the way this would work is that once an image is taken, you can just analyze it right there in the satellite and do all the detections and classifications, and you can just delete the image. No need to download it. What you're left with is just a text string of information that you can send back, which gives a real-time response. We've spent the past 10 months talking to various players in the Norwegian maritime industries, and we found that the case where we want to prove our technology is in the illegal fishing business. We know that it's a market of up to $23 billion in direct costs per year, and that's just a direct consequence. We've also spoken to offshore asset owners who has problems with fishing vessels who are turning their AIS off around their installations, which is a huge security and safety threat to them. And, we want to help governments government agencies do better predictions on where they should do controls for illegal fishing. This is the team. I work the market and customer side. I have with me two excellent technologists. We've already gotten acknowledgements from the Norwegian space industry, from NATO, and from the European Space Agency itself. We just finished our first investment round, bringing in strategic private investors, but we're always interested in getting to know new people, and especially people with competence and knowledge in scaling deep tech companies. Leave your contact details on our webpage or come see us afterwards or drop me an email. Thanks.
Thank you. Can you explain your business model? Who are your customers? What's the revenue model, and how will you reach them?
Yeah. So I'll just go back a couple of. So we've spoken to companies within shipping, ship insurance, defense, and we found that where we need to start is in the analysis of historical data and do predictions based on patterns in that. So that's why we're working, and we want to work with the offshore asset owners. So those are those with offshore pipelines, sea cables, who are threatened by the activity these fishing vessels do around their cables, to do better monitoring and control of the vessels around there.
And revenue model?
Oh, right. We know our customers, competitors, sorry. They're using a different technology from us, but they have a marginal cost to acquire the images or the data, which we don't, because we use the European Space Agency's data. So we want to essentially price it per month. yeah, I don't want to disclose the monthly quotes we put out.
First of all, come see me afterwards, because we have a similar company you should collaborate with in our portfolio.
Cool.
Is one solution to have your own satellites?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Nano satellites, for example.
Yeah, you'd need sufficient resolution to actually capture the ships, but yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.